Hello everybody and welcome to Sandy Bay on FS17. This is the very first time I've played on this map in the brand new version of the game, and in fact the brand new version of the map. I have had a very quick sort of look on this map because I didn't really want to spoil it for myself too much before I actually played it on the Let's Play, but yes, it is true. It has changed quite a bit. The fantastic feel is still here though, but yeah, there's definitely been quite a rearrange of the farm. In fact, this is, well, what I used to consider the main farm is now this farm here. If I show you on the map, right down the bottom, Willow Farm, and yeah, it looks to me like the main farm is now right up at the top, Sandy Bay Farm, which was always there. It's just everything has changed. In fact, this farm has changed beyond recognition, but still good, definitely good. The layout is actually easier, we have more space, and there is plenty of storage. One of the issues before, the storage was pretty good before, but just the layout of the sheds, you were sort of blocking in other tractors if you put some tractors in certain places. So this is definitely more practical. Plus we've got the silage pit right around the side here, so nobody is sort of in the way. In multiplayer, if we were to come in here with tractors and trailers, no one is coming in from the other side, so they're not blocked in any way. Everybody comes in from this way, which is good. Anyway, yes, what we need to do today is, well, first of all I need to show you exactly what machinery I have bought. Not a great deal in the way of equipment, but quite a bit from the machinery, like tractors, lorries, that kind of thing. But yeah, after taking into consideration many comments from the last episode of Cobra Park Farm, I discovered that a lot of people didn't want me to go too crazy with this, so I haven't, kind of. No, seriously, I didn't go overboard at all. We have just got a truck, a tractor, and a combine. Oh, and another tractor somewhere else, but that is that was already here. Oh yes, and I almost forgot the excavator just over here. A very large Volvo excavator. This is the EC300E. That thing scared me to death when I first saw it. I was messing about here. I just loaded up the excavator, and I jumped off the trailer, and I saw this thing, and I was like, whoa, what's this thing doing here? But then, obviously, I very quickly realised that this is a game. You can't be scared of a snake in a game. Although I kind of was. So, first things first, what we need to do is start up the MAN, or the MAN, because I want to take everything up to the farm. Love the drive shaft that you can see there. Or the UJ's turning. Better not run over the snake. But we need to have a very neat convoy to take everything up there. It's pretty heavy. You may be thinking, why on earth have you just spent £90,000 or something on a digger? Why? You can barely use those kind of things on this map. Well, I do have an idea. I'm going to keep it a secret. I'm not saying that because I haven't got a clue what I'm on about. I do have an idea for it in a future video. So I thought I might as well buy it now while we've got the money instead of trying to lease it later, because that would be really frustrating to watch. So we're just going to have it here in the background. And despite us buying also the biggest combine, the 780, with the biggest header of course, the 1230, we still have just less than £200,000 to play with. That's pretty good, although I have obviously taken into consideration what it's going to be spent on. It's going to be spent on mostly the feed equipment, because the feed equipment is expensive. There's a lot of stuff to get. But no, certainly this combine was definitely required, because rule number one in my book is to get the biggest harvester possible in Sandy Bay. That's why I discovered in FS15, so I don't see why it's going to be any different at all in FS17. It's field 20 really, but no, seriously, there are some very big fields if you've never played on it before. So just very carefully going past our new lorry there. We are going to drive the combine because it's going to be the longest piece of equipment here, and I don't really want to have it trailing on the back, as it will likely throw the header off. And this, look at this, a Massey Ferguson 700 trailer. Very rare. So that is obviously a very nice thing to have in the game. At the moment, I believe this is our only trailer. tipper trailer. But that doesn't really matter, because we'll likely get one for the lorry very soon. Okay, all of our machines are in line. We should have a driver in every vehicle. Yep, you doing okay? Oh, okay, you've crashed into our combine header. That should not happen again. I have set the offset to a fairly decent distance. Now, what we need to do is go up to Sandy Bay Farmyard, which is right from here and then right again. As you probably know, I'm very familiar with this map. The road layout is the same, so that keeps it very simple. It's just the yards and some other things have changed, just to get used to them. But yeah, we shouldn't have any issues, I'm hoping, with traffic or anything like that. This should all go okay. So going back to that digger again, it is going to be animal orientated, the job we're going to do with it. It will probably be 2 or 3 episodes from now before we actually use it. But don't worry, it isn't just this machine we've bought for the sake of it. It is going to be useful. When we get up to the top farm, I'm going to show you all of the different tractors that we already own, because we do already own some stuff. Interestingly, you only start off with one tractor. It's a big tractor, it's a Massey Ferguson, but yeah, just the one. So it keeps it quite challenging. We've obviously had the benefit of transferring the money from our other save game over to here. And here we are. You've probably noticed the combine has disappeared. Basically, this lorry just crashed into the back of it and knocked the header off on the road, which created no end of a roadblock. So I've had to reset it. Luckily it's just here, so it's going to be simple enough just to park it up again. But this is our Sandy Bay yard. And you can see here is our pickup, one of our tractors, a baler and a tipping trailer. So we do actually have 2 tippers, which is good. But I don't think we're going to need this one here. But I won't sell it just yet, just in case. But we do need to sell a header trailer. There is a header trailer we own which is surplus to requirement. So as you can see, the Lexion is just up here. There's the header trailer we don't need, and a seed drill, which we do need. Anyway, because we have transferred all of the pigs and the cows and sheep over from Cobra Park Farm, it means that we've actually got everything with them. By that I mean the water, the straw, the feed, and the dirt. That was transferred too. That is why there is a big mess out there. So, yeah, that's all good. But where on earth has my tractor gone? That's not good. Up here, we have got the silage pits, which are going to be used very soon. In fact, we're going to do a silage harvest pretty much immediately. It'll be episode 2 or 3. But for the time being, I'm just going to put this here. We are going to unload it. Here it is. How weird. So, a very short journey from the shop, but everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. So, great starts. Anyway, what we're going to do is just park this up. I think this might be better off on this side, because this always used to be the main side. That side over there was just for the livestock. In fact, it still is, it's more built up. And obviously, we don't have the pig and beef mod, which we used to have in 15. But that looks better. That's much better than those 2 barns we used to have. So over here, we've got a cultivator and a mower. We do start off with the bare minimum, but these can be upgraded over the coming episodes. Before I sort of get into this too seriously, please let me know how many episodes you think we should do. I'm going to do a vote, and I'm not going to change it. Whatever the winning vote is what we're going to do. So there'll be probably 4 options, and this will be the deciding factor as to how long we play on this map for. So I think it's likely going to be an option of 20 episodes, 30 episodes, 35 episodes, or 40. So those always seem to be the perfect length, really. Any of those. Just depends on the map. We do have the manual attach, which is always very nice to have. And yeah, what we're just going to do is attach the header trailer to our JCB. And we're going to take it down to the store, as it isn't too far away. So the JCB is going to be our main cultivation tractor, plus it's going to be our main roadwork tractor. The Massey Ferguson is mainly just for the work in the yard and also doing a bit of ploughing and cultivating. It's a big tractor, the Massey Ferguson. It's just the JCB is obviously on our side for speed. Oh yes, it's the speed tractor, as Jeremy Clarkson once said. Speed! Or was it more along the lines of power? Who knows, but either way, it's definitely a good tractor. Let's head down here. Now, I don't know, but I think actually the other farm could be better for the combine, so it didn't really need to be here anyway. How are we doing? Oh, no. Cars, and many of them. Many slow cars. Right, off we go. I wonder if there's an auto-cancelling mod, auto-cancelling indicator mod. I don't know. That would be handy, because none of these tractors do auto-cancel. Oh yes, the speed tractor gets up to speed in just seconds. Welcome to Sandy Bay. Please drive carefully. Okay, we better obey by those rules, because I'm certainly not driving carefully. Let's calm down a bit. I'm excited to be on this map because this has always been one of my favourite maps. It's in my top 5, basically, of the FS15 maps. In the top 5, there was Colborough Park Farm, obviously. Thornton Farm by Oxygen David. Oh, why do I get these lag spikes? That's weird. Sandy Bay by Oxygen David. And what was the other one? Chellington. Yes, Chellington. And there was another one. A Taste of Donegal was good, but it was a little bit too small, really, for doing many episodes on. But it was still a good map. There were many good maps. But no, Sandy Bay was definitely up there in the top 5. Possibly top 3. Alright, let's reverse back. The wage payment was just for taking the combine back up to there. It didn't really go too well, so I'm not really that impressed by my workers already. Already letting me down. Not a good sign. Field number 20. That is an interesting field. And I don't know what we should do with it really, because we don't actually own it yet. If we should have a goal of being able to afford it and then do a massive silage harvest or something, that is always good. In fact, it's just over the road here. If you just jump into the tractor, we'll take a look. We're back over £200,000 again. Yeah, so it's going to have a crop in it, obviously, when we buy it, if we get it at the right time. I'm assuming we do have the other farmers on this map, so contracting, I will have to check. But if we do, the field statuses will change, so that will be harvested, then it will be cultivated by somebody else. Oh dear. The Sunday drivers are out. Here we go. This is the entrance. Let's just open this gate. You would have thought it would be locked, but it isn't. So this is what we're aiming for. Field number 20. I'm guessing the buy symbol is at the top. Yeah, here it is. So it is owned by another farmer, so the status should change, but it doesn't look like there is any jobs available, which is fine. We don't necessarily need contracting. There could be contracting, it's just I haven't really looked into it. Anyway, we must shut their gate. Otherwise, they're not going to be happy. Some random local farmer just turns up and opens their gate. There we go. It keeps everybody happy. Okay, let's race back up to the other farm. What we need to do is set up the combine again with the header on the trailer and then take it over to the other farm, because that's what we really need to do with it. This first episode is basically just getting the understanding of the map and making sure we've got everything that we need to begin with. I mean, like I've said before, we're doing okay already because we've already worked on the animals on Colborough Park Farm, so they've got everything they need, which gives us time to do other jobs. And you know what I might do as well is well, this is going to be an interactive series, but what I might do is get everybody else to vote for the next machine or next piece of equipment we should buy That way I don't get these comments saying, oh you idiot, why did you buy that, you didn't need that and stuff. So yeah, I think that is going to be quite a good idea. This tractor can go here for today. So yeah, we're basically running on 2 tractors. I think at some point we are going to be buying a 3rd tractor, but it'll be a very small one. So we've got the high horsepower. We technically don't need anything bigger. I don't think we can justify it really. In fact, we can't even afford it, so that would be silly. This will likely be replaced with something a bit more British. This is Devon, so you likely wouldn't see one of these. Only as a collector's item or something like that. So yes, we will be replacing that at some point, but I'm not going to... I really do not want to go too crazy with the buying. I've just had a buying spree, so you know, I feel better after that. That was good. I mean, being able to afford the biggest combine, that's quite impressive. That's an achievement, that is. But we're going to need it. Actually, what fields do we own? Field number 7 is grass field, that's fine. It's got cows in it. Field number 8, that is good. 11, 13, 14, 19. Okay, so we do start off with some fairly decent sized fields. 13's pretty big. It would be nice to be able to afford something like 3 or 2. Oh, we do own field number 4 and 6 as well. Crikey, they're popping up out of everywhere. Okay, so before we actually take the combine down there, what we do need to do is just lower these ramps to take the Volvo off the trailer. Now this is a nice mod. I've used it. It's very nice. It's so clever that you can power the hydraulics without even having the engine running. Look at that. That's the future. Green machinery. There we go. Right, it is back to front because I spun the bucket round before. It does go a bit crazy on the ramp. Okay. Full speed. This is definitely going to be used here though. It probably won't be going anywhere else at all. It'll be just staying in this farmyard. Okay. So we'll put it here. Level the bucket off a bit. The link for this is down below, so if you do want to use it, you obviously can do. Hopefully it's the correct link. But yeah, if any map authors or mod authors ever see me using one of their mods and for some reason it's the wrong link, it's not the official one or the original one, please contact me because I'm more than happy to adjust it. The thing is, you see, if it's not a mod hub, it's very hard to be able to know what the official link is. So yeah, please let me know if you ever see the incorrect link down below. Now, this lorry is going to be reversed into the silage pit next to it. In fact, this probably will stay as storage because we are going to be doing a big silage harvest, but it likely won't fill up 2 pits. So technically this is quite a good place to store the big equipment which doesn't really want to be in the yard. Obviously the implements and the tractors are going to stay in the dedicated areas, but these 2 pieces of equipment here, they don't really need to be. Right, let's sort this out. We're going to keep our machinery repaired as well, in good order. Otherwise we can incur some quite expensive maintenance fees, which we don't really want because they sort of come as a shock. In fact, in a video I did not so long ago, about 2 or 3 days ago, in the video, which I actually missed, I didn't see it happen, but we lost £20,000 due to machinery maintenance, which was obviously pretty hard on the farm. We can't afford to have £20,000 payments just in one go, so keeping them in good order is definitely worth it. Right, detach the PTO. We didn't really need to do that, but there we go. Now let's take it down to, or should I say up to? No, down to. Down to Willow Farm. I was going to say, let's go the back way. But then, just quickly remembered that we're driving a Lexion 780. I don't think it's going to be able to go the back way. It's just slightly too big. There we go. Now the header does fly off quite easily, as I've discovered. The lorry just basically tapped it and it went flying off. So we must be very careful. But first impressions, this is going to be a very good map. Well, we already know it is, but it's going to make for a very good series. And what I always like to do is thank the mappers and the modders for producing and sharing such high quality mods, because Farming Simulator would never be the same without these mods. Obviously, the in-game machinery is good, very high quality, very well made, but there's only so long you can play with those ones for, those base game pieces of equipment. You want to have different brands, you want to have all these unique and crazy ideas. I've seen some really interesting mods. For example, there is the mining map. I mean, having a mining map sounds amazing. We never have that in the base game. So, yeah, just a big thank you to all the mappers and modders for producing such amazing pieces of work and for sharing them. So yes, here we are in our Lexion 780, and this combine is fitted with all of the interactive controls which we could ever want. We can move the console, we can open the doors, we could even climb down the ladder. What I actually mean to say is we have some fantastic other controls on the right hand side here. And these control the fantastic in-cab entertainment. All in all, it's a fantastic machine. We will be using this a fair bit. And it also means we don't have to hire in any other machines. We don't have to hire any other combines, because this is going to be much bigger than anything we've ever had, and it's going to be good enough to harvest every field. This is, because it's the Lexion 780, no job is too big. And I suppose in some ways on this map, no job is too small, because there isn't really a small field. Yeah, not really any small arable fields. Field 36 is quite small, but I don't think it's that small. Just because we're looking at in comparison to the other fields. In fact, it's just here. Is that it? Yeah, no, it's field 18. But field 18 is very similar. Yeah, Lexion 780 could harvest that, no problem at all. I think I've made the right choice, and also having the Terra tracks is a nice feature to have. I just noticed the traffic lights weren't there. That was obviously a 15 feature. Must have been a mod pack which was released for maps. Oh yeah, the skyline has changed. We used to be able to see the farm from down here, and those trees on the left hand side. But now the farm has gone. It's been demolished and rebuilt. Okay, I've just discovered and remembered exactly what the frame rate drops are. About 3 days ago I installed the save game mod, and basically it saves the game every 5 minutes. This is because I was getting a bit sick to death of the game crashing and then losing a lot of the progress which I'm making. So yeah, when you see like a freeze for about a second or two, that is the game saving. When it just sort of lags, that is just pure lag. But when you have so many mods and stuff, it can do that naturally. Meteor hit the road. Yep, I remember this. The tight entrance is still here. Yeah, the header is sticking out onto the road. Let's hope this opens that way. Good. And we've got some nice storage sheds here. And the way to get around the back is actually to go around this corner. But I don't know if we should actually go around here with this combine. We might not be able to turn around again. Oh no, we've got a grass field. Plenty of space. Right. That is quite a good place to put this. This is going to be quite a challenge reversing the harvester, but I'm up for it. I have had quite a lot of experience now reversing these things in FS15 and 17, so here goes. We've got to go straight into the barn. Anywhere is okay, just not over the bell sell point. Slow and steady. I don't like them though, these articulated trailers, to reverse. Okay, it's not going to be too straight, but it is going to be in. Okay, well, I think we'll leave it here. What I want to just do very quickly is just play with these other controls, because I'm not convinced on what they are. That's the window. I think they must be doing stuff out of the cab. Ah, yes. Look at that. For maintenance. Which one was that? That one? Yes. Hey, that's for the fan. And that one there is for that cover. And this one here must be for that cover. Brilliant. That's that one solved. And the steps, how do we do the steps? Because I'm not really sure about those steps. I don't know how to do them. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe you can't do. Anyway, nonetheless, it is a business vehicle, and it's very nice. So, that is going to conclude episode number 1. As I've said before, we didn't really make much progress here. It was basically just to make sure we've got the equipment which we need, and just to have a very quick look at the map itself. I don't think there is a great change down here. Looks like there has been a bit of a rearrange. Yeah, sell point is there. And the Emerson livestock market's here. So yeah, there has been a bit of a change. Yeah, because in the back corner here, it used to be the pig and cows sale, just over here, the auctioneers. That's the wall point. So this is like the business park, where everything businessy happens. And these are our chickens up at the top farm, Sandy Bay Farm. Got quite a few. At least they're sort of confined to their own area, so they're not going to get under the tractor's wheels. They do have a tendency to do that. If we left the gate open, maybe they would escape. And we've got a plough as well. A plough just over here. So yeah, we're going to do some ploughing, but probably not with this one. It's just a bit too small. But at least we start off with it. Anything is better than nothing. So there we go, thank you for watching. Obviously if there is any kind of negativity or overwhelming negativity towards a certain machine, then I can still get rid of it. It's not too late. But hopefully you're happy with the choices I've made here. I think if there's anything, it's the Volvo, which would get a bit of negativity. Not because it's a bad mod, I think it's a really good mod. But it's just, you know, we need to have a reason for having it. And I know the reason for having it, it's just I haven't shared it yet. So trust me, it is going to be used, and it's going to be used for quite a bit. But yeah, like I said, it's going to be in a later video. Until the next video, thank you for watching, and hope to see you again very soon. Bye for now. I'm tending to my chickens.